Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and this is a video I've been excited to make for a very long time now, probably since 2020. So as you would have seen from the title, and it just arrived a day or two ago, and I've been waiting patiently until a time where I could do this video uninterrupted, hopefully. It is the Buddha Tarot. By Robert M. Place, published by Schiffer Red Feather. It is, as I said, I've said this many times, one of my favorite decks, especially as a Tibetan practitioner. It is just, it is absolutely the epitome of everything I want in a tarot deck. I have a lot of videos planned. So for those of you who are interested in the deck or who have an older version of the deck, but who maybe, let's see, here we go, but who maybe for whatever reason, you know, have just not connected with it, these hopefully will be videos that will be helpful to you, because I'm hoping to make it more accessible, basically. You know, if you know the system at play, or in play, then it, I think, helps a great deal in terms of making the deck accessible. And if you've got an original copy, I know you paid a lot of money for it. If it's a deck that you're interested in, you can get it now through Schiffer at a pretty reasonable price. Pretty reasonable these days. I will also do a little, well, I'll say this. So if you haven't, I'm going to link it below. If you haven't seen Mindful Tarot's video about the Buddha Tarot, Esther from Mindful Tarot is going to be doing a retreat / class with Robert in Place, which I desperately wish I could do, but I think it's probably not within my reach right now. Having the morning coffee here. But hopefully, you know, I kind of feel like I don't necessarily need it, but I would really love to do it. I have a lot of the background and stuff. It would just be really cool to do it with those two people because they're freaking amazing. So here we have this beautiful box, and the outside of the box. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely, I don't know if you can see the flash here of the outside of the box. It's just beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is just, I'm so nerded out right now. And it just looks like the cover of a Robert M. Place book, really. Like a super duper excellent, not paperback copy. So it's got the Buddha Tarot on the top here. We've got it again on the sides. Yep. Equally. Oh, look, see, that would sit on a bookshelf beautifully. Just gorgeous. What does the back say? The back says, the ancient philosophers and alchemists taught that the highest wisdom is to see the patterns that are timeless. This is what happened to Siddhartha. As he sat under the Bodhi tree, he saw a pattern of all his incarnations like a great wheel and became the Buddha, the enlightened one. Now, the archetypal similarities between his journey to enlightenment and the story told by the major arcana are brought to light in the Buddha Tarot. By viewing the tarot as a mandala, with the 4 suits representing the 4 cardinal directions and the trumps as the sacred center, you can use this deck to change your consciousness and progress toward individuation. With this deck, you will understand how the practice of divination itself prods us toward the realization that all is one as you begin to communicate with the unconscious and bring its wisdom into consciousness. Beautiful. Wow. And the regular retail is, of course, here on the bottom, as it always is. It is $39.99. You can probably get it a lot cheaper on you know, Amazon, and eventually, you know, oh, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Oh my gosh. So we've got the very typical like red or burgundy outside and saffron color inside. The book for me is like a big treasure because I have never had a book other than the little white book. So, oh my gosh. So this is super, oh, I bet that everything in here is going to be information that I've been trying to get on my own. Oh my God, it's full color, guys. Oh no, it's so beautiful. Look how much is here. Is that for each card? Oh my God, this is what I've been wanting so badly. Oh, this is gonna fill in so many different blanks that I have where I've been just wanting to know more about, like, what is his vision? What was he thinking? What are the influences here? You know, I've gotten pretty much every deck that I have that he's got available for sale on his website in order. Oh, and he's got great references at the back. Because just in a pursuit, oh, look at this. In pursuit of learning more about places, ideas, because, you know, I've got most of the background for, oh, they're so pretty. I've got most of the background for this. I just don't have, yeah, I just need to know more about the author and creator. Look how much this, he's going to give us his whole background and a whole bunch of interesting background as he sees it from the Buddha. So now, you know, I won't just be projecting my own ideas and concepts onto the deck, which is fine, right, to some extent. But I also just want to know, like, where was he coming from with it? We've got a timeline, an east-west timeline here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. So this is just our unboxing and first look. Obviously, I'm going to do, there will be so much more. Okay, there will be so much more. Oh my God, they're so pretty. So we've got these two, they're on two sides. Let's open it. I guess we'll go this way because it's easier. Pull out this side. Oh, nice. And they're not, interesting, they're not gilded, which kind of surprises me. Okay, that came off really easily, so it wasn't being squeezed either. Oh my God, they're like, oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, look at that though. There's already like chipping on the edges of the cards. I wish there were a way, I mean, as beautifully as Schiffer does all of their stuff, you know, that just feels like such a, oh, so irritating. Which one is it? It's the three of jewels. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so that's one half of the stack. And then we have the other half here. Let's just put it that way. That came off really nicely. Yeah, I don't know if it's all the cards that are going to have little chips or not. I mean, the way that I work with cards anyway, yeah, and see, it's already marking. Like, there's already, like, I don't know how clear that is, but we've already got, like, discoloration or, like, just some kind of mark on the back. I mean, this is going to, this tells me, you know, it's going to happen regardless. And frankly speaking, as a Buddhist, impermanence surrounds us, friends. Impermanence surrounds us. That said, you know, the original Llewellyn deck is the one I've been working with. These are huge comparatively. Yeah, they chipped a lot. There's a lot of chipping. A lot of chipping. And I don't know whether I'd want to edge, if I did edge it, if I'd edge it in black or edge it in red. But you can see, like, they're already kind of a little bit bent even. It's going to be interesting. This is an interesting choice in cardstock. There was a big delay on this deck. big delay. For those who don't know, it was, I mean, I was prepared for it to come out in 2020, you know, ended, or early 2021. And it's now almost mid 2022. So it's taken time, and there clearly were some hiccups in the process. So let's go ahead and move this guy out of the way. Let's see if we need to zoom in on these little bad boys. Get them in a position that works. I think we do. Let's come in a little bit tighter. There we go. That's it. And I'm not going to play music. I'm not into that. You know what I'm like. I'm just going to talk and fuss over the angle. There we go. That's a little better. And then we've got space. Okay. So here we go. Here's the Fool. Yeah, I love this. I'm loving I love the way that the black borders, you know, work with the lines and the line work on these. Clearly there's got to be a old new, you know, comparison side by side at some point, because that's just necessary. There we go. We have Asita the Seer. We have Maya the Mother. We have Yasodhara, the future Empress. Siddhartha, the future Emperor. Okay, Suddhodana, the father. I thought maybe at first, I can tell already very clearly, like I thought, oh, he clearly didn't redo any of the images, but these images are definitely, there's been some work on them. They're popping way more, they're brighter, there's been some continued work on them. I think some more than others. I feel like there's some different colors maybe in here. The purple pops at me. I don't remember this. Yeah, there's been some definite updates. Wow. So this is the lovers. This Yasodhara was his wife. And spoiler alert, he leaves her to become the Buddha and become fully realized. There he goes. He's going to leave the palace in the chariot. And this is where he's going to encounter all of the different things. Okay, then we get karma, justice. Interesting. Okay, then we get, you know, the old man and the sadhu. So two of the things that that Siddhartha's father wanted to protect him from was, you know, seeing old age and death and sickness and, you know, people that were basically sadhus or mendicants who gave up, you know, worldly lifestyle. He didn't want his son to go that direction because there had been, back to the magician, Asita, had said, you know, hey, dude, your son is either going to be a great king / emperor, or, you know, or he's going to be like the Buddha. So, and the dad was like, he needs to take over the empire. Okay, so then we have the reincarnation or the wheel of life, right? There we go, which is the wheel. Then we have Siddhartha cuts his hair. So after he leaves the palace, he sees all of these things and says, wow, I'm going to be a sadhu. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give up the world, or give up my worldly life and my wife and my child. So he's a bad father from that perspective, which is always an interesting thing to come to terms with. Then we have the invalid, you know, or the suffering man. That's one of the people that he saw. So there we go. That's 12. That would be temperance. Of course, we have death. So we have the corpse, death. That's interesting. Yeah, these are a little bit different. They're better. They're improved. The images are improved. Then we have the middle path, right? He realizes he's going to starve, you know, everything that he's tried as a sadhu, including starving himself and eating less, and all of those things have not worked. And the middle path is to eat some rice and some milk and not be too extreme, right? One way or the other. Okay, then he's visited under the Bodhi tree by Mara the devil. And then he says, he touches the earth and says, you know, because Mara is doing all of this tempting and, you know, says, who are you to think that you could be enlightened, and who, you know, who's there? And he touches the earth and says, the earth is my witness to what I've done, you know, to what I've achieved. And it rumbles everything. So it's the tower. Everything comes shaking down. So the flaming disc, there we go. Then we have the morning star, right, the chakras. And this is one where we're going a little bit more into Robert M. Place's ideas. I mean, all of it is, of course, but, you know. Then we have Vesak, or the full moon, which is very specifically religious there. Then we have the Buddha and Shakti, the sun. So now we're going super Tibetan, because in his own life, the Buddha would not have been engaged. He, you know, people tried to slander him and all sorts of things for by saying that he was sleeping with the nuns and so forth, and he was not. So this is going a different direction. We're going more the route of Vajrayana or Tantric Buddhism, secret practices. Okay, then we get the first sermon. And the by the way, when I say the secret, this is more like a representation or a metaphor, right? It's less a real thing, like, oh, he's having sex in secret. It's more like, it's just a metaphor, right, for embodying Shakti, right? Embodying that as a quality. Okay. Then we get the first sermon, which is judgment. It's when Mahakasyapa sees the flower. And I've always wondered, so we have white Tara, or the world, and she's holding a flower. Taras are always holding a flower. But given that it's so close to this one, I've always wondered, and I will find out, if part of what he was trying to do here with her holding the flower is reference Mahakasyapa, who's one of the Buddha's followers, and his choice to... the word I want, his choice to anyway, never mind. He in a sermon he held up a flower and said nothing, and that did not happen in the first sermon, so that's the gap. Never mind that thought. Taras always hold a flower. White Tara is usually seated in meditation. She doesn't stand, but you know, the world does, so that's an excellent way to represent it. I also love that in place of I'm having a mind fart here. I'm so excited. And I just realized the camera, I just pulled that out of angle. So the we're using the 5 families here in place of, and the mandala in place of the usual representation of, you know, the things we usually see on the world card. We usually see the eagle. We see, yeah, all of the, yeah, I can't, my brain is not there. It's not there right now. Then we have the Buddha's death, or the parinirvana. Okay, so after achieving everything and, you know, becoming everything, he passes away. And he did not actually, contrary to popular storytelling, he did not eat a piece of bad pork and die from it. He was about 80 years old. So he died in roughly, well, actually specifically the year 483 BCE. Okay. Okay, so now we go to the suits. So we have the Ace of Vajras. So this is our first suit, and the Vajras are in place of the swords. And we got the 2 of Vajras, the 3 of Vajras, and you see where I love the way he does his pips like this. I could do whole videos about Place's pips, and I might. Maybe we will. We've got the 4 of Vajras. And I always wondered if that was I mean, I'm clearly obsessed a little bit, but Mahakasyapa's white flower. So the story about Mahakasyapa, so because I keep saying it. So there was a story that the Buddha went to give a sermon, and instead of speaking, he held up a white flower and looked at all of his followers, and the only follower who understood that particular moment was Mahakasyapa. And after the Buddha died, Mahakasyapa was also the follower who translated and wrote down and developed, you know, in the Tripitaka or the Tipitaka, Tipitaka, depending on how you want to pronounce it and all of those things. I'm clearly a nerd, right? So anyway, that he was a significant follower of the Buddha and very influential on the way we understand Buddhism today. Okay, he wrote down the Abhidharma. So then we have the 5 of Vajras, which is in this situation actually about nonviolence. Okay, 6 of Vajras. We have the Victory Parasol, which is also about protection. Then we have the 7 of Vajras. And each of these has a story behind it. Same with the 8 of Vajras and the little doggy. There's stories behind every single one of these. So they're not just pips. They're not just pips. We have the 9. And the 10. We have this wonderful Naga. It's a Naga being. Okay, then we have, I love the way the courts are done here. So here we have the Vajra Dakini. She's the Dakini of the Vajra suit. These have been totally redone. Wow. Oh, I can't wait to do a side-by-side. Okay, nerding out. Okay, then we have the elephant or the animal of Vajras. These are so beautiful. I can't believe how they pop out. So this is the animal associated with every suit, and it's taking the place of the knights. And the Dakinis are obviously the pages. Then we have the female aspect. So in Yabyum, which is like what we saw with the sun card. The sun, where did she go? Where'd they go? They're there. So the sun card is a Yabyum. Okay, or there it's the Buddha and his consort in union. Okay, and that's this is going ultra Tibetan now. So the Buddha Lokana. Okay, so she's the Shakti of Vajras. And then we have the Buddha of Vajras, Akshobhya. And I want to talk through all the families and all the stuff with everybody because I think that's going to be fun. Okay, now we have the suit of jewels. So these are the wish-fulfilling jewels. So we have the ace. These are so outrageously beautiful. I can't even say. I mean, they're so different than the originals and in a wonderful way, guys. Really wonderful. I didn't think I was going to like the black outline, but I'm loving this so much. Okay, so we have the 2 of jewels. And we have the 3. Notice all the similarities, right? This is a pentacle, right? He's drawing, etc. 3 of jewels. So he's hearkening back, even though the meaning changes slightly, but not enough that it, you know, we'll see. And we've got the 4 of jewels. 5 of jewels, 5 of pentacles. See, you can see he's ill, right? That's a green illness there. You know, he wants to be well, but he's ill. We have the 6 of jewels. Okay, so again, the begging bowl and, you know, the person giving or offering. And then we have the 7 of jewels. I call this one the you should be sitting down meditating and seeing what you're cultivating on your own card. It likes to give me and my best friend Mo a you know, the you should be meditating admonition. The 8 of jewels, you can see he's working very hard, so we've got a lot of overlap and similarity here that's familiar. We have the 9 of jewels, and of course the 10 of jewels, and the rooster is specific. Okay, then we've got the Ratna Dakini, who's the Dakini of jewels. So the jewels belong to the Ratna part of the mandala, or the Ratna family. And we've got the horse, which is the animal associated with Ratna. The Mama Ki. So Mama Ki is the consort. She's the Shakti, or the queen of jewels. And you see we've got the peacock's eyes there. So Mama Ki is Ratna Sambhava's consort. Okay, and his hand, when it's open like it is here, this is indicating generosity. He's offering, he's giving. So Ratna is a very giving, generous family. Then we have the Ace of Lotuses. This is in place of wands. Okay. So lotuses are wands. So we've got the Two of Lotuses, which again, very confusing for the moment, right? Doesn't look anything like what we would associate. Same here with the Three of Lotuses. This is actually a compassion practice. He's releasing an animal back to the wild. So we're taking action there. Then we have the Four of Lotuses. Ooh. So kind of familiar, right? It's a marriage bed there. Gotta have some coffee. I'm loving this so much. Okay, we got the Five of Lotuses. Again, we've got the non-violence. Okay, then we've got the Six of Lotuses. Okay, that's a major happy victory parasol. The first one was protection. This one, when they're like this with the layers, is about victory. So very classic symbol used there. Seven of Lotuses. That's a good one. With the snake. But again, right, remember the Seven of Wands. So you can see, there we go. We have the Eight of Lotuses. And in this case, the Eight of Wands, you know, we've got a fast-growing vine that has to be brought under control. So we're still dealing with speed, just, you know, not not New World speed, it's Old World speed. Okay. So Nine of Lotuses, there's a sacrifice. All right, and the Ten of Lotuses, the restoration of the Wheel of Dharma. Yeah. Okay, then we get to Padma Dakini, who's the Dakini of Lotuses. So she's red, even though she looks very pink here. Red is the color of that family. And the peacock is the animal of that family, of the Lotus family. So the knight. Then we have Pandara, who is the Shakti of Lotuses. She is the consort of Amitabha, or Amitabha in Korean. And his hands like that, that's the Dhyana mudra, so that's the mudra of meditation. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Double Vajras. These replace the cups, which I think is a little bit confusing. It was to me, and I, you know, this is what I live and breathe. So, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a minute. It takes a minute. So there's the double Vajra, it's the ace, and then we have the two. See, very much, it gives us a reference there. That's kind of like the Two of Cups. The story is totally different, and the two fishes together are one of the auspicious symbols. There's 8 auspicious symbols in Tibetan Buddhism, and the double fish is one of them. Okay, so then we got the double Vajras. It's really, or the 3 of double Vajras. It's obviously, I'm so excited. It's really hard for me to rein it in. You can tell, right? So the 3 of double Vajras. The 4 of double Vajras and the warthog. Hee hee, there's a story. Okay, I'm not gonna, here we go. Keep moving that. 5 of double Vajras. And the spilled milk. Okay, then we have the 6 of double Vajras. And again, a childhood reference, right? A reference to childhood safety. She's being sheltered by the tree, etc. Okay, moving on. Take a breath. Have a sip of coffee. It's okay, Nat. It's okay. Okay. We've got the 7 of double Vajras, right? So the 7 of cups. We don't have 7 different choices, but we've got choices to make, see? Then we have the 8, like the Eight of Cups and the conch shell. Again, the first of the 8 auspicious symbols. The 9 of double vajras, or 9 of cups. And you can see this, the hand is like reaching down to grab one. Okay, and then we have the 10 of double vajras, and we have the knot. And a knot like this is another one of the auspicious symbols. Okay, then we have Vasvadakini. So this is where we differ, and I'm curious because I've never encountered the term Vasva for the Karma family. So the Karma family is the green family. I've just never encountered with the term Vasva. Vasvadakini, or Visva. So I don't even use it. I tend to say Karma Dakini and so on and so forth because that's technically it's correct. But I don't know. I'm curious to know his choices about this. So the Garuda, which is the animal of double Vajra. I think it's the first mythical one we've had. Then we have Tara. This is green Tara. She's the Shakti of the double Vajras, and she is the consort of Amoga City, who's the Buddha of double Vajras. And if you're still here and you've tolerated my babbling all the way through, thank you. I'm clearly super nerded out. And I'm very excited. I can't wait to do, like a series about this. So you can see like the edges are a little bit rough, which I was not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting the rough edges. These are big cards. They're really big. I have big meat hooks. These are big cards. Much bigger than, kind of bigger than I expected. And I'm so, this is just for reference, the first deck is in this, oh, I'm so close to the camera. I forgot I zoomed in. The first deck fits in that little bundle, right, with its book or with its, with its thingy. So you can see like the size difference there is pretty significant. Pretty significant. I pretty much love everything about it. Again, I find the card quality and the edges, that's annoying. I'm curious about how they made those the choices, because this is going to be, these are going to be really, not flimsy is not the word I like, but, they're very, very bendy, which is fine. It's okay, but I'm just curious. I'm sure they will shuffle beautifully. I'm not going to shuffle them right now because I don't want to put them out of order before doing that walkthrough. Side by side. So that's where we're going to leave that. But just so we can see, and look at the chunk on this book. It is the chunkiest. I'm so excited to read it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there we go, guys. You can tell I am so outrageously excited and nerded out. I can hardly contain my excitement because I'm so excited. So there we are. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Okay. More to come, and tons and tons of love to everybody. I will be back soon. Bye.